In this video, we're going to see if we can put Apple CarPlay on our motorcycle with the help of Carpuride.
Oopsie!
Now Carpuride, if I'm saying their name right, they did send this out for coverage, but of course that's not going to affect our opinion or anything. We're going to install this, test this together here, and see what we get. Now they did send out the 7-inch IPS touchscreen version. They do have multiple other versions, I think up to like an 8.5 or something like that. They do have multiple other options, but we wanted to go with the waterproof version since we'll be going on a rally. As you see, it's IP67, CarPlay, Android Auto as well, Bluetooth. We are going to be using it with an Apple phone. You can see some of the core features over here on the side of the box. Phone link, take calls, listen to music, real-time navigation. That's kind of my biggest thing. Google Maps or even Gaia, especially being on a rally, that'll be really nice. Bluetooth, and my concern is how is it going to work with a headset as well. So again, we're going to go through all those features and functions together. But first off, let's go on and pop this open and see what we get. So here is the device itself right on top. As you see, you got the little shade on the top right there. You got that little shade barrier, really cool. The connector on the back. Now here's our cable for there. We should have our card reader power button, and it's showing card reader, but it's screwed shut. So I guess you got to unscrew that to get to your card reader, and there's your power button. What else do we have down here? The manual. As you can see, it looks fairly simple. Basic, plug it in. Now they got the ones running straight to the battery, but they also have a USB powered one, and that is what I'm going to try to plug right into this, so then I can use the Apple CarPlay device on multiple motorcycles, hopefully just being able to take the USB, plug it into this bike or that bike. But it does also come with the cables to plug into your battery. Here's our phone mount that kind of has like one of those RAM style mounts, as you can see right here. You got that adjustable arm, nice little grip right there, and a couple extra fuses, and a chintzy little wrench. Quick note, I just noticed while scanning through the manual, they state the SD card slot is designed to be waterproof, hence the reason it's screwed shut right there, because you all know SD card slots, there's always gaps and go in and out real easy, so that makes sense why that's like that. Now installation, of course, will be different bike to bike, but as you saw with that mount, it can pretty much attach right to your handlebars. On the Rally, we got this navigation bar right up top there, which holds on the windshield, which I usually keep my phone mounted to. We are going to actually mount it into there, so on the Rally, we just have 1, 2, 3 screws. We're going to get off the windshield so we can access that a lot better. If you don't have a Rally and you don't have that bar up there, you can always mount it right to your handlebars, or if you're just using a regular motorcycle, again, simply mount it right to your handlebars. Now that we got the windshield and my phone mount off, we're gonna go ahead and take the bracket, and this is what's gonna attach to it. And just to let you know, this whole housing right here is metal. The grips right in here are hard plastic, not really rubber, so hopefully those stay put, and then the ball up here is softer rubber. So as you can see, we now have the bracket attached here, but this U-bolt is a little bit long. So if you can see, if we're standing up and I take the windshield from the Rally, of course this is going to differ bike to bike, but anyways, that U-bolt is right there on the windshield. So my options are either to snip this or possibly bend it. So I'm going to play around here a little bit, see what our best option is, and then we'll see what we come up with. So the only solution I found with installing it on the Rally here, since again we got that windscreen, is mounting it right here with the bolts facing the windscreen. I just had to trim down those bolts a little bit. I'll slap these little rubber covers over it. Once we trim them down, it'll look nice and flush. The issue we're having is the extended arm. The adjustable arm that comes with it is a little bit long. You can see down here is our main screen. There's the CarPlay all the way up there, and it's just sticking out incredibly far. It's not in our way. We can still see our screen, but again, it's a little goofy. I kind of wish they went from device into bracket. That would have been absolutely perfect just sitting there. I know these are very easy to find on Amazon, so I'll just see if they got a shorter one. But again, it would have been nice if they included a couple different sizes, pending, again, bike installation. So again, it will really depend on how you install it and what type of bike you install it on. So as you see, we have it installed right here. No interference with the windshield. We have our bracket. Again, a shorter arm would definitely make it a lot better, and it is sticking a little bit over the windshield, as you can see. But anyways, let's get up here, plug it up, and see if it works via USB. Now let's go on and connect it. And as you see, we have the wire hanging out behind the screen, which I'm not going to route these yet until I know it actually works like that. Anyways, this is the housing there. You can see it is water sealed and actually locks into this one. Screw it down real nice and tight, and again secure, not going to get any of that water issue. Now on my 300 Rally, I have the 12 volt installed. If you got the Rally, you can just route it right into the accessory plug behind here. If you don't, you'll probably have to wire one to your battery, or maybe if your motorcycle already has one, you're good to go and you can try this as well. So I'm just gonna take one of these little adapters, plug it in there, and then we'll take our USB end of the cable that we screwed in, which you got plenty of slack if you wanna route it further. Maybe you got a USB thing underneath your seat or something, but luckily ours is right there. And again, once we decide and see that it works, I will go ahead and route these wires a little better. So now I'm gonna turn it on, and this is my absolute first time turning it on here. I actually haven't even pulled the plastic off the screen yet here, as you see. So we are doing this together, and hopefully it powers on with the USB. Isn't there a power? Oh, it's just automatically coming on. So sweet, look at that. It's actually working via USB. Can you guys see that with the glare? Okay, so I just closed my garage door to hopefully get rid of some of those glares. You guys can see what we're going through here. Number one, what I want to do here is go through this before I look at the manual or play with anything myself, because I think with tech devices, they got to be user-friendly, especially being on a motorcycle. But what I want to point out, just looking at it, this is an IPS screen, and my goodness, it is crystal clear. It does have a glossy screen, so I think my concern is going to be like if you're off-road and you get dust on it, you try to clean it, it's probably going to scratch. So I'm gonna have to find like a universal screen protector for this. But again, no pixelization, it is just butter smooth right here. Before I even sync up my phone, I want to go through the menu. Over here we have voice and media volume. Over here, this looks like an equalizer type bit. Yeah, holy smokes, the equalizer. So standard, you have standard, classic, rock, jazz, electric, pop, soft, and then custom, and then you can put it on loud. So cool. I wonder if that's going to boost up the volume in our headset. I wonder if all this is going to sync up. I use Cardo, so I wonder if all this is going to sync up through that. Over here, Bluetooth, as you can see, it has an X on it. We are not connected yet. So we got the time up there. This is brightness. That's what we already messed with, right? Yeah, that is our brightness. We can just see, just show you how dim it gets. There's the dimness. Say if you're riding at night, you don't want it super bright. Over here, what is this button gonna do? Let's press it. It's not doing anything. Let's go back. Okay, so that's just changing our background, our wallpaper on the back, as you see right here. Bam. Okay, so that's cool. It's just right on that main screen. So home screen is obviously gonna be where we are here. Now iPlay, that's gonna be CarPlay, I'm pretty sure, which is iPlay for wireless connection. Okay, so that's gonna be for our phone, which we'll try out here in a second. Audio output. So we got play to Bluetooth. So I wonder if it's, again, going to work with our headset. Display off. Okay, so now how do I turn it back on? I think we had the power button over here, right? All right, so after I'm around here touching all of these buttons and trying to hold down the power button, see how it turns back on, all you actually have to do is tap the screen and it comes back on. So I just turned on Bluetooth on my phone, and as you see here, I have CarBT Trans and then Carpuride. Over here, it's coming with my phone and CarBT Trans. Pretty sure we want to just connect it to my phone. And then I'll click it over here, Carpuride over on my phone, use CarPlay. So it asked my phone if I wanted to use CarPlay. Hopefully you guys saw that. Oh, sweet. So, oh, son of a gun, it just comes right up. And I'm gonna have it right here, allowed to check CarPlay, bam. And it's right up just like your vehicle would be. All right, so this couldn't get any easier. As you see, I got my jumble. I got my phone, which could be in your bag or pocket, whatever. We got the device over here. Here's my helmet with my Cardo on it. This is the 4X or something like that. So when I paired it up to or turned on my headset, it automatically paired to the Bluetooth pair I had to my phone already. So no, I did not have to pair the headset to the device. It was already synced up to my phone as I used it before. Bam, and it's just communicating that way, right? So it's all pretty much through the phone right into there. The cool thing is when I adjust the volume on the headset, it actually adjusted it within the phone or on the device right there. So it's really, truly, everything is communicating still straight through your phone. You don't got to sync it up to this, then sync it up to that, and then to that. Everything is through the phone. Now I also want to go in here and just check out some of the other CarPlay stuff as far as a touchscreen. As you see, it's pretty sensitive right there, but I can tell you, it does have just a slight bit of lag. Like if I go right there, you can see it scrolls a little bit after, but if I touch the button right here, you can probably see the slight lag a little bit more. Nothing deal breaking by any means, but it is there. So again, coming up to CarPlay, let's go over here. I want to see so we can get our messages. Again, basic CarPlay apps. You order some Domino's on your bike. This is what I want to see. I want to see how Google Maps. I don't know if I can pinch. It's letting me move around. So that is a bit of a stinker. It is not letting me pinch the map, which I'm not sure if it does that in cars as well. You can still press this and move it around. Still a slight bit of lag, but no pinch zooming. But as far as all the other apps, it's super cool. Like if I go to my messages here, again, it's gonna operate just like it is in a car. So don't think this is any different than the CarPlay that you have in your vehicle by any means. So I went to messages, right? And I'm just gonna tap on my top one here.
What do you want to say to Ian 300F?
So I'm not sure if you guys heard that right there. Let me make sure it doesn't send him a random text, but it's so cool. Again, just like a car, you tap on it, it talks to you, you talk your text, and then of course, if you want to send it or delete it, you'll be able to do that right there. Now, I apologize if I sound a little bit funny, but I want to talk about this volume button right here. As you see, you got media or voice, which you can adjust. This does not do anything because again, I have my headset paired to my phone, and then again, my phone paired to this. So again, I can take the device and use it across anything, or my headset, my helmet across anything. It's not paired specifically just to this. I can take everything and do what I want. So these volume knobs in here do nothing. It's all going to be controlled on your headset or within your phone. So something I just found out while I was playing with it here, syncing it up with my phone, messing with the device, and then the Bluetooth headset. Again, as I talked about before, I like my headset paired to my phone and my phone paired to this, so it's pretty seamless and easy. But a couple of those features we looked at before, if we go back here to the main settings of the device, like the EQs when you cycle it through classic and all that, or the loudness, that is only if the headset is paired to the device. So if the headset's paired to the phone, everything is controlled that way. Again, if the headset is paired to the device, you can use all the audio settings within this. But I will tell you, listening to audio, a little bit of music, when I went in here and just listened to a little Pandora, even if I pause the track, there's a faint static in the background. Whenever I switched the headset to the phone, it was crystal clear. So multiple situations there. I like my headset paired to my phone for simplicity and again, maneuverability for other devices. But the audio quality is big time different, much smoother when connected to your phone rather than having your headset connected to the device itself. Now, something else that's quite interesting that I just found out, again, we're synced up through this via Bluetooth. Whenever I sync to the DJI app, which is the camera I'm recording on, and it says device disconnected, I'm going to press OK, and we're going to reconnect to the DJI camera. So again, I control everything right through my camera. You're going to see it join the network. And then the CarPlay is going to disconnect once the camera, bam, there you go, right there. So that's a little bit strange. Is that something going on with my phone? Or is that with this where it wants priority, which is kind of like CarPlay? Whenever in your car, it has to be on CarPlay. So that's more than likely an Apple thing. So kind of a stinker. I can't have my DJI remote or screen connected right here on my phone while that is running. Other than using it as Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you can also use it as just a base Bluetooth device or through your SD card if you put one of those in there, or via, again, Bluetooth through a music device if you want that way. Same with your phone, but of course you're buying this for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. But again, cool to have the multi-function in there. Now, the last thing I want to show you before we go for a ride is as far as the power. Again, we are routed to the USB. This could be different if you can route it to your actual battery directly. Again, I love the USB because I can just pop it out. I know it's not draining any of my battery or anything. Real nice peace of mind. And again, the versatility, being able to take it to other bikes if I want. But anyways, I'm going to go on and turn the key here. As you see, it goes right off. Again, because power is not being delivered to the USB or the 12 volt over there. I'm going to turn the key back on. It is already paired up to my phone. Obviously, you see it comes right on with the bike. We're going to let it load up here. The sound is played through the Bluetooth deal. You're going to see it sync up to Bluetooth up on the top. As you saw, oh, there it goes. It did it all by itself right into the CarPlay settings. So I apologize for talking so long about the settings and usability of it, but when it comes to a tech device, I love simplicity. And again, we just did all that together. I barely glanced at the manual at all, and we went through it all. It's just like controlling your phone. As far as Android, again, I don't use Android phones, I use Apple phones, and it is, again, a spitting image of using it on a car. So we understand how to use it, set it up and everything, but I want to go for a ride for it and see the simplicity of using it while we're on a ride. So now for the ride test, and this is actually take two here. As I mentioned before, I'm using a whole new camera, and I had no idea you can adjust the gain within this camera. So the microphone and the audio was peaking and popping. It was bad. So I'm out here for take two, but I think that's pretty good because I've been riding around with the Carpuride for a couple of days now, really playing around with it, messing with it. And by the way, my shorter arm came in, if you can see it right there. It's not perfect. Let me go on and get this angle. You can see it's still over it, but whenever we actually get up onto the bike, it's definitely back and lower a little bit more. I still think a direct mount right to the pole or the bracket on the 300L Rally would be perfect. It would kind of pull it back again, maybe an inch and a half or so, but it's not bad. It's definitely doable, and I like being able to adjust it right there. I also put my little deflector up here just to keep some of the wind and debris off it up there. Not needed, just something I wanted to do. And again, it'll differ bike to bike. But again, talking about this being take two, I got a lot of insight. I've really been playing around with it quite a bit. But I want you looking at this. It's off. The bike is off, right? So I'm going to take the key, turn it right there, Get the bike in neutral. You don't have to fire the bike up, but anyways, we'll fire it up. You'll see it's going to load up all by itself here, just as I showed you before. My phone is in my bag, actually. This is saying it's just going to find itself here. My phone is going to activate the CarPlay, and we're just going through. Bam, you just saw it come up there. And why I wanted to start right here is it is incredibly sunny. The sun's beating right down on us, and there's no glare. I mean, I got the reflection of me, as you can see in here, but I can see the screen perfectly fine with this being an IPS screen, and the screen is glossy. But as I mentioned, there's already dust on it. Like, I'm scared to, brush it clean. I don't want those micro scratches. But anyways, let's go on. We'll get on the road, and I'll talk about some controls here as we're riding. Let me close my visor, so hopefully the audio comes out better this time. But as we're riding here, and I did also do some off-roading with the stock bracket, and as far as stabilization, it was pretty much the exact same. Right, it's got a little bounce to it, but nothing crazy. Like, I can see the screen perfectly fine. It's not making me nauseous because it's bouncing around a whole bunch of craziness, So as far as actual controls, whenever we're out riding, it is super easy and responsive. Now, of course, this is going to depend on your gloves. I'm using some Alpine Star ones here, but it's snappy. I can just go right over here and play my music. Just pressing that, or I can actually control it on the headset. Again, either way. Oh, we got a little water here, and I am not in the mood to get wet right now, so we're gonna go nice and slow. Okay, nothing too bad. But again, as far as core controls, even when you're riding, you can see it's just snappy like that. My eyes are still set forward here. I can go right into phone, press it like that, go right back here to the menu, get over here to my music, and play my music like that. It's so seamless, and again, easy to use. We're all used to using our phones in CarPlay and stuff, or Android Auto if that's what you use. And it's just simplistic. It's really simplistic. Let me stop up here. I want to show you something on Maps, and it's the same thing on Google Maps as well. But I want to stop to show you this. Let me pull over here. So anyways, you're on your map. You cannot pinch and zoom. Now, that is an Apple CarPlay thing. That is not a Carpuride thing. Apple CarPlay, like if you ever use CarPlay in a Jeep or your car, you can't pinch and zoom. You always got to scan around, or you can use this arrow button and just move around like that, which is fine. But me personally, like say if I go over into Gaia and I'm following a track, I kind of like pinching and zooming out so I can see what's coming up. Right now I'm locked in this vision, which is, I mean, it's still a good distance out, but I do wish you could pinch, which you cannot pinch and zoom on your maps. Now, of course, as far as visibility and how you're going to see the screen installed on your bike will depend bike to bike. Are you going to have it installed down here on your handlebars, or do you have an adventure bike that's going to have a navigation mount up there? That's, I think, the prime location, especially for adventure bikes where you're using your maps a lot, right? When you're off trail or following a track, I think that's just absolutely game changer. But I think if you mounted it over here on your bars, kind of by your mirror, that would be nice as well. But again, that's really going to differ bike to bike and setup to setup. By the way, all of the, I'm going to say it here, so watch out, your phones might go off. All of the Siri, if you wanted to play music, make a call, or a text, all of that works, because again, you're just going from your headset to your phone. So that's really going to depend on the headset you have, how well the voice comms work going through that. But as I sit here using this device and just thinking about it more and more at the, price that it comes in at, it makes me say, like, why would someone spend $1,000 on one of them fancy Garmin's, or, $500-700, whatever they are, when you can get something like this, utilize it in multiple situations, right? Even in a car, if you have. Take advantage of multiple apps, Gaia, Google, Apple, OnX, I believe, is on here as well. Whatever app you use. You got your Rever, if that's what you're into. It's just a seamless process, and that's what, when I think about a device like this, I feel like you're getting your bang for your buck. Before you even talk about value, the bang for your buck, And to me, I absolutely love it. As far as the Carpuride, final thoughts, and I want to give you the price of this before we talk about our final thoughts. I'm looking on Amazon here right now. MSRP is $290, so roughly right around $300. And even at MSRP, I really do like this device, and you'll hear my pros and cons here coming up. Right now, it's on sale for $261, but you can also apply a $40 coupon. This is just what I'm looking at right now. So you're pretty much close to $200 for this thing. That just Wow, I mean, that's awesome. But now my pros and cons. I only have 2 cons, and the cons are very mild, right? The number one is as far as installation options. I wish it came with maybe a direct mount where you didn't have to use the arm, because this arm that comes with it is incredibly long. The other thing is I wish it also came with a screen protector. That's just me nitpicking and being, wanting something else here. I mean, any electronic device does not come with a screen protector. Cameras, phones, game consoles, nothing comes with a screen protector. But with this being a different device, again, I'm gonna have to find something custom to fit it, so it would have been nice for them to include it. Now, I know there's gonna be a lot of people out there who will say, oh, you don't need all these techs and gadgets and all this other stuff to distract you on your bike. I'm gonna totally disagree with that right there, because a lot of people, they're gonna mount their phone right here, or they'll mount their phone right up there. CarPlay blocks your phone from doing a lot of goofy things. You can't sit there and type a text on CarPlay, so it's gonna prevent that. It's right there, so you can always see it, so you're not looking down onto your handlebars, which how mine usually is, or right up there, it's always right there, crystal clear. And again, CarPlay or Google or Android Auto, it restricts you from doing a lot of things just messing with your phone. So I think it's a lot safer. But as far as quality of the device, I think it's phenomenal. It's simple to use. I love being able to plug it into USB so I can plug it into a different bike. Say if you got an older vehicle, right? You can take this, plug it into your vehicle, and use it that way as well. Again, if you go USB route and not plugging it into your battery. So you can use it on your motorcycles and your car. And believe it or not, using this CarPlay was a lot more seamless, smooth, and easy to operate, and a whole lot more clear than the Apple CarPlay that was included, built into my Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sport. So there we go, my review of the Carpuride. I hope it was able to help you out. I apologize that it was dragged out a little bit. I just wanted to give us that deep dive right there, but this product is phenomenal. Again, it's like, how was I living so long without it,